The particular dream I'll tell you today, I had a hard time narrowing it down because, like I said, I remember so many of them. But this specific one is one of two dreams that is reoccurring for me. So I haven't kept track of how many times I've had it, but I'd say it's upward of a dozen. Um, Usually it'll happen every 6 months, every year, somewhere in that span. Six to 12 months it'll pop up. And it goes something like this. I usually I'm in like a Model T or something, like an old car that doesn't have a top. So, it's open to the elements. And I'm on like a cobblestone road. And the road is there's no buildings around. It's just in an open field. And it's a really nice day out. I don't have any sense of what the temperature is, but the sky is blue. There's very few clouds, but the ones that are there are white and puffy. The sun's shining. The grass is nice and green. And I'm pulling up to a low stone wall. It's very well maintained. And there's a big, ornate, wrought iron gate in the wall. And the gate's open. So I drive the car through. And as I'm driving on this cobblestone road, there's just headstones as far as the eye can see in every direction. And they're all uniform. Just kind of a normal, rounded on top headstone. Nice even rows. It reminds you of looking at like Arlington Cemetery or something, except instead of the crosses, it's just regular gravestones. And it's just all over. The terrain, like I said, is just these big rolling hills. And so as I'm driving, I can see rolling hill upon rolling hill upon rolling hill of these headstones. And I usually drive on this, really well-maintained cobblestone road for about 10 minutes or so. And then on my left-hand side, about 100 feet away, there's a mansion. And it's pretty nondescript. It's only 2 stories tall, and it appears to be made out of stone, just kind of a white building. It's got some columns and things. And the only variation to this dream is that sometimes the front door to the mansion is open and sometimes it's closed. But regardless, I never go inside. What happens instead is, to the right of the mansion, there's a 9-story tall stone tower. And the tower is also very nondescript. It's just a stone thing. And I get out of the car and I go into the tower, and the tower is completely bare on the inside. It's just these rough wooden rafters with a stone structure. And I climb up the stairs all the way to the top story of the tower, and I look out the window. And when I look out the window from above, the mansion is no longer there, but I can see farther than I ever could, and it's still just graves as far as the eye can see. And after I get done looking out the window, I turn back into the stone tower, and suddenly I find the inside of the stone tower fascinating. Like, it's very interesting, right? But nothing has changed. All it is just, these big square blocks stacked on top of each other and these rough hewn wood rafters. But I get up close to them, and I'm looking at the cracks in the stone, and I'm looking at the splinters on the wood and going, oh, wow, this is really interesting. This is really neat. And then I wake up.